What's up, wrestling fans? Clash in Paris is underway, and there was a big news story about what happened earlier today, which was Rhea Ripley getting swarmed by fans. There's a little bit of a discussion that you could have here about this situation, about what you guys think and how far people go. But what you can't deny is the feelings of somebody, and that's Rhea Ripley. But a lot of these stars, they really wouldn't last back in the day. They wouldn't last as megastars because this is not even that crazy compared to those things. But I also don't want to deny somebody, their opinions and their feelings. She obviously felt pretty scared here. It's pretty wild. I mean, to say hi as she walks by and wave at her and say, Rhea, we love you, or hey, Rhea, what's up? Or can we take a picture? You can yell and say things. In my opinion, getting up there to try to get a selfie that she didn't say, in front of the Uber is a little crazy. This isn't that insane to me on a but it can be scary when a pack of people just start crowding you and, plowing on top of you and whatever else. But, all things considered, people were not too crazy here, but I'm sure it was a little bit scary, but it's not that bad. It's been a lot worse in the past with other things and other people, and just people are, but knowing Rhea Ripley with her emotional issues and all that other stuff, someone yelled "Mommy Rhea." You could see how this could bother Rhea Ripley, but they don't make them like they used to. Superstars, legends, wrestlers, they just don't make people like they used to. But, even the fans, they didn't do anything too crazy here, but that is kind of weird. That's a little scary. Probably I wouldn't do this. I've even back in the day when I was younger, if I saw a celebrity, I would just kind of look from afar and be like, wow. But I wouldn't have for many different reasons, wouldn't have the gall to go up to them or try to run up and ask for a picture. But, I knew people that would do that, and they did it all right, but they would get things. They would get the picture. They would get something because they pushed their way forward to get it, and that's the mentality of some people. But other people just, oh, man, I'll take a picture from over here, or I'll wave, or, and if she came over or smiled for a second, that's pretty cool. But these people were a lot of these people were younger, that guy's looks like he's 19 or something like that. A lot of young 20s looking here. There's a guy in a cowboy hat. But then CM Punk tweeted out or X'd out this. Of course, we know CM Punk can be, his views can be taken with a grain of salt, the never-ending salt. Stop touching strangers, please. Yeah, that will work. That will stop him, Punk. Why don't you stop touching all the women in the NXT locker room? Why don't you stop touching all the women who are under 25 in WWE? How about that, Punk? How about when you stop doing that, you can start white knighting? But until then, Punk, you should probably be quiet and go home to your wife or something. Well, you're probably, who knows what Punk is doing. And Rhea Ripley, again, she's kind of a victim, weirdo herself. Love Rhea Ripley. Mommy, all that stuff. Really do love Rhea Ripley. I'm not going to deny her feelings. This is kind of scary. And it can be dangerous for sure. Remember, we are people. Do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies. Well, okay, you don't know how fans in the public work, I guess. No one should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver's door and completely mobbed like I just experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no. What the F? That's just not how That's not how people work and how the fans work. It's just not going to be like that. If I was Rhea Ripley, I would have said, hey, guys, I know you're super excited when you see us and when you see any celebrity. I know I am, too, when I see a celebrity that I love or whatever. But I would never, swarm them like that. It's kind of uncomfortable. Use better judgment, when we're, if you see somebody or you see one of us in the next couple of days or anytime it shows, because it can become a dangerous situation. But I really appreciate the love. And I know that everybody was just excited. But, for me, it was scary, but, that sort of thing. Because that's more understandable. This is I expect the fans. It's this is never going to happen for fans. You don't know fans. You don't know people. This is never going to work. You think that suddenly they're not going to do it to you now? After all the years of celebrity and the way people act? No, people are always this was, I would say this was a 5 out of 10 scary situation for a celebrity alone without a bodyguard. It's not really it's a little bit unnerving and inappropriate maybe, but for the most part it's she could have been hey guys, quickly take a photo, but I got to get out of here. And I'm obviously nervous when people, whatever. Oh, je peux parler, They only speak Paris. They only speak French. Clash in Paris. It's just starting in a second. I should be live potentially when it's over. I don't know yet. But I hope you guys are with me. What do you guys think about this situation and how celebrities get treated like this? And, I obviously got to give it a thumbs down on the fans' part, but I just don't think it's also as horrific as some people are making it out to be. It could be a lot worse. If Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out into this parking lot like this back in 1999, it would have been insane. Can you imagine if, even if anybody, Val Venus had gone outside? It's like this would have happened. This is part of the gig. It's part of the gig. You are a celebrity, right? You're a celebrity. You're an actor. It's like celebrities just want to be this popular thing, but they don't want any of the stuff that comes with it. You're going to be loved. You're going to be sought after by people. Embrace it a little more than you do. This is kind of weird and wrong, but hey guys, what's up? I got to get going. I got 30 seconds to get out of here, so I'm just going to quickly take a picture. What's up? Good to see everybody. Love you all. See you at the show. I got to go, and my Uber driver's kind of scared. Later. And most people probably don't speak English, so they don't even know what you just said, but just I got to go. Dude, I'm not saying you have to acquiesce to a mob of idiots, but bro, you're a celebrity. This stuff is going to happen. To think that this isn't going to happen, or this is, you think that people who don't have a lot, who are trying to work to their dreams and are living week to week, you know what I mean, give a damn when they're there, spent their money that maybe they only had one paycheck and they spent it for WWE and they don't have money now, and then they see a celebrity like you and they want to take a second to maybe get a picture or take a picture. You know what I mean? You think they're going to just be like, no, this is their whole world. This is their whole thing. It means a lot to them. And then there's the people that are just crazy because social media now, everybody wants to get my picture of the event or Rhea Ripley or my video trending, so there's that sort of, paparazzi, self-paparazzi, indulgent aspect of it as well. That's a whole different thing. It's a whole new game. But anyway, what do you guys think? I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. I hope you guys subscribe, and we'll be live to talk about Clash in Paris in just a little bit. Leave it in the comments down below. Say whatever you want down below, and bonus audio and podcasts coming to Patreon. So if you haven't signed up on Patreon yet, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Take the shows and the bonus shows wherever you go on your phone, your tablet, your desktop, whatever you want to do, and download everything if you want right away. Who cares? And then if you guys want to fund the show directly, you guys can support the show at paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show or via Cash App or something else. Here, it's popping up on your screen right now. Scan one of the QR codes, send us a message, send us a dono, send us whatever you want. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show. There's Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And of course, I want to thank Ryan Romano, the man himself, Ryan, because he is the sponsor of this video and he's the reason this video is happening. Thank you so much, Ryan, for sending us a $30 drop or so. I think it was earlier today. I just erased it on my phone because I'm an idiot. Thank you, Ryan. And here's some other videos for everybody else. Just keep watching the channel. Here's some other videos popping up that you might have missed.